everyone, and welcome back to the Decoders channel. So today we have Isaac from Synesis One. Welcome, bro. Welcome home.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. And you are like the second sponsor stream on the channel. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And
No problem.
It's gonna be the best stream of the night in Web3 for sure, guaranteed, man. That's what we do here.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. How was your day? How's the building in the beer market going?
Same old. I think so far, we're all waiting for the right time. We're pretty optimistic for next year, but in the meantime, we're just very heads down, focused, and executing, and we've been delivering throughout this whole bear market. So we're not too worried as of right now.
It's cool, and like because everyone is waiting for the bull run to come next year, it will never happen.
Don't jinx it. Oh no.
I mean, people say halving, blah blah blah, right? But we'll see how it goes.
All right, I'll just say next in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Put that buffer in.
But closer to us, today we're gonna talk about so Synesis One, and I want for you to introduce it to like the Decoders community. But before that, can you talk about your experience and like even previous business and what led you to Synesis One?
Sure. So just a very brief history of myself. I went to college, studied economics and statistics.
Nice.
After college, I was in IT consulting for a year. And then after doing that, I went straight into startups. So all pre-Series A startups. I've worked in mobile gaming, digital health, and AI. And then in 2020, I took time off of working, and then I moved to Singapore, where I went to grad school. So I got my MBA, and after that, I joined a sort of a game metaverse company in Silicon Valley for a year. And after that, I came full time onto Synesis One at the January 2022. So about almost 2 years ago now, and I've been here since. So that's sort of my journey.
Nice.
My journey into like Web3, it started in 2017. So I wasn't involved in a particular project per se, but I was doing some more of a independent consulting type of a thing, where I was helping more just traditional Web2 companies explore options into blockchain, and then just guiding them through tokenomics and the utility of blockchain for their business. So unfortunately, though, I did not start investing back then, or else, it would be a different story.
But no, you're here in the industry, and GMI, right?
Yes.
But that's cool. Okay, so can you summarize Synesis in like one sentence?
Yeah, so one sentence description would be, we've built a platform to crowdsource data for AI applications.
Okay. Okay, so basically, like it's what like Google did with like the CAPTCHA stuff, right? Is that an urban legend or not? Like they use the data of the clicking blah 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 to recognize a cat when you have to solve the puzzle, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to put it, right? Like if you want to train an AI to recognize a cat in a photo, then you need to feed it like thousands of images of photos that are labeled as cat. So the whole process of going through all these images and labeling them as having a cat is done by humans. And that's sort of the type of work that is crowdsourced.
There is no other way than having human input by million of images than having one human clicking on something and say, yeah, it is a cat.
I mean, one person can do it, but I don't know how. What if that person has some malicious intent and just labels all the, I don't know, the cars as cats? Then this
No, but
algorithm will.
yeah. No, but I mean, like, there is no way. Like, I was thinking about, like, the image diffusion, right? When you can create like another image based on the other one. Yeah, but still, like, the origin of that is like human input anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, like AI is coming and it's gonna kill us all, but yeah, until we unplug them all, right?
That's a very pessimistic view,
Yeah.
but you know.
Bro, like, I love AI. Like, I think it needs to come like even faster. We have VP in the chat who is more like a skeptic about it, so it's gonna be interesting.
Mhm.
But like from my it's just like technology, right? You can't stop tech. It's like it's
Exactly.
here, it's coming. Deal with it. Like
Exactly.
that's the only thing you can do. So yeah, so you pay me because I tell you your AI, that's a cat. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, very simplified. Yes.
That's cool. How many users do you have right now?
We ran our open beta, like closed and then open beta, starting from last summer until this summer for about a year. Through that beta program, we had about 300 participants
Yes.
who were contributing. And then when we launched on mainnet, we introduced our NFT gate system. So with that system, we decreased our number of what we call builders who contribute the data to about 100 to 150. So we have those active users right now. And the amazing part, and it's truly unique to our project, I think, is that most of these participants were either not crypto curious at all. They were just pure Web2 users, or just very, very slightly crypto curious. So we've been onboarding, the non-traditional like Web3 users who were just here to make some side income, and it's been pretty good.
And how do you onboard someone who doesn't know Web3 at all to be a builder?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the way we sort of grew our community is a pretty interesting story. So as we're launching our beta, we were connected with some of these members of the community who sort of managed their own community of, let's say, digital workers. So people sort of like freelancers or like students and whatnot. And they sort of acted as this sort of like a guild leader. So in that sense, sort of like how YGG has, their guild members and guild leader, they acted as the leader of their community and then train them into, okay, you got to download a Solana wallet, preferred one is Phantom, you got to have Sol to do transaction, and then this is, so the generic onboarding system. And then when they got onto our system, the campaigns are pretty much the jobs that are available. Yes. They are somewhat specific too, because right now we only have one AI client, and it's a sort of revolves around natural language. So the guild members not only onboard them into this whole Web3 experience, but also the more technical knowledge about how to actually perform well on these jobs so that they can actually get paid.
That's cool.
And now we have like quite maybe like 3 to 5 different let's say leaders who are onboarding their own sort of guild members and forming their own communities.
Do you have like referral codes and all of that too?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So
but it's in the plans, yeah.
When you have your referral program, send ones to me. I'm gonna send you some people.
Will do.
That would be cool. And also, like, if you have any product announcement and you want to come back on the channel, feel free. Like, this is your home now.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so much. We'll definitely have some really really cool announcements that will be upcoming.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Like, I don't know, you have your NFT, right? Like the Canon NFT, which is like, okay, it's also interesting because it's word and like word, and I can buy a word, and okay, that's cool. That's cool. I buy a word, and if the AI, like if the AI use it, is that or how it works? Like I get paid.
Yeah, so I think in order for you as well as the viewers to understand this fully, I have to provide some more context, which
Shite.
which makes me go back down to I guess 2017 to tell you the
Okay.
whole origin. So back in 2017, an AI company was created.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mind AI. It has the same co-founders as Synesis One, so Josh and Paul.
Mm-hmm.
They founded this AI company. Throughout building that company, we quickly realized, okay, like we need a very diverse set of datas
Mm-hmm.
uh, because the whole AI engine for Mind AI relies on natural language. So
Yes.
what the whole idea of that company is to mimic human like logical reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not machine learning based. It's not neural networks where it's just doing a lot of statistical computations, but more of pretty much breaking down language and figuring out the logical connections between words and sentences and whatnot.
Okay.
And so while building this company called Mind AI, we realized there was a data need, and then we decided to spin off this whole sort of idea of this crowdsourcing of data into its own entity, and that's how Synesis One was created.
Okay.
So sort of right now we look at ourselves almost as like a data arm of Mind AI, and when we conceived of the whole idea of Canon NFTs, where we were thinking, okay, Mind AI's AI engine uses natural language to perform its reasoning. And the very first commercial deal that Mind AI had was providing conversational AI, so pretty much like chatbots.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that these commercial deals worked is okay, you know, I'm a supermarket retailer. I have an online website. On that website, I want to host a customer service chatbot. And any of these chatbots can have different types of conversation. It could be about refunds. It could be about things that are in stock, out of stock, and whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought it would be really cool because these clients are paying Mind AI for using the conversational AI, and we know exactly what type of inquiries are coming in through Mind AI. So we thought, okay, it'll be really interesting if we do some kind of rev share based on the words that are being inquired upon by the clients. And
Okay.
so we created this NFT set of 10,000 words. These are sort of the 10,000 most commonly used words in the English language. And then the idea is that whenever your word that you own is used by Mind AI's clients, then we give a little kickback to the owner of that word.
Okay, how does that work? Because if I hold the like THAE, like every time the bot return the, I get $10.
Correct. Yeah.
That's cool.
But we removed a lot of those like we removed like pronouns, we removed
Oh no,
things like the or I,
no, I want that.
a. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so it's like okay, no more words, long form of words. That's cool. Okay, so what does that mean? Because the AI could also like use those words and to like kind of like SEO, right? Like you want to optimize SEO higher to rank higher in Google search engine. If you have an AI that have use words to pay back people, then it can optimize that too, right? To increase rev share or even like decrease rev share too, right?
Yeah, so that's the whole idea, right? Like, so if you do own a very popularly used word or frequently used word, then your NFT is that much more valuable because the rev share isn't just spread evenly throughout all the words. It's based on the usage. So like the traditional idea of rarity on like PFP NFTs, like, oh, this only this certain number of this PFP has a hoodie or has sunglasses. That's why it's rare. Those kind of traditional rarities don't apply to our NFTs, although it does have some of those aesthetic rarities. It's more about which word can you sort of get that's more frequently used. And
that's cool.
So it gets even deeper because then you start having to look at, okay, what kind of clients are paying Mind AI? And if you see that there's more, let's say, food and beverage related clients that are paying, then you want to sort of get the words that are more commonly used in the food and beverage industry as opposed to, let's say, automakers or whatever it is.
That's cool. Okay, so and what's the so VP is asking, is that rev share or profit share?
It will be profit share.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so what's the revenue I get from words?
It actually depends, right? Because the kickback comes from Synesis One, not necessarily directly from Mind AI. So technically, it's a rev share because how the whole and to answer your question as well, how the whole business model of the platform works is that Mind AI sets aside a budget. Let's say I want to pay X amount of dollars for to collect Y amount of data, and so based on that budget, 10% comes to Synesis One as a platform fee, and then 90% of that budget goes towards rewarding the users who provide that data. So with that 10%, goes out the passive income for the Canon NFT holders. So in that sense, it's rev share from Synesis One's point of view.
That's cool, man. Like you're building a whole ecosystem like that. Again, that can be the next like Facebook ads platform stuff that generates automatic. Is it? Let me think.
Yeah, it's so there's a lot of, like, as you know, the AI space is blowing up, and there's constantly a need for data and also data processing, which is sort of labeling data and annotating and all of that. So it's already a multi-billion-dollar space in the Web2 space. Like, for example, Amazon has its own thing called Mechanical Turk, where they do this kind of activities. There's Scale AI, Snorkel, and a bunch of these other companies in Web2 that do it. I think we're the first ones in Web3 to do this.
That's pretty cool. That's and okay. So see, VP, if she's into it, you are into something, man. Because like she's awesome. Okay. I'm gonna say it, she's kind of like anti-AI stuff. But if she likes your product, yeah, doing good, man. That's a multi-billion-dollar company that you have here.
Oh man.
But I mean, like, yeah, like those use cases will be insane. Like it will, like the market is just like the beginning of it, and like we know nothing about what we can do about AI with AI right now. Like it's so much exciting. It's like, like it's like the moon landing. Like we just started to go to the moon, and like no, we have to decide, are we going to Mars or not? Like, and that's happening for sure. It's cool.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, AI research and development has been ongoing for the longest time.
Yeah.
It's just that more recently, with this whole blow up of ChatGPT, like everyone's starting to become more and more aware. And with that, I think a lot of the public, just normal people, have realized, holy crap, like this is
Yeah.
crazy advanced. Like it's
Mm.
not, you've been hearing about AI here everywhere,
Yeah.
but you never really have experience dealing with it firsthand. But
Yeah.
you are able to now start talking to ChatGPT,
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
amazing.
People were like saying, "Oh yeah, it's AI," when it was like just a fucking like a if function, if else, and oh yeah, it's AI. Shut the fuck up, man. I was like trying AI.com. I think it was like a natural NLP
Mhm.
app. It was API.ai or something like that. And like I had to put all of the freaking input myself to have a nice chatbot and say, oh, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's natural language processing. Yeah, okay. Let's
Yeah.
come back in 10 years, please. And now we have
Yeah.
ChatGPT. But
Yeah. It's
yeah,
unfortunate too, because like
yeah,
I think it was also like, you know, the fault of a lot of companies, like just trying
mm,
to jump on the hype of like,
yeah,
oh, we use AI to do this, we use
yeah,
AI to do that, when it's just, a very simple, like, let's say a statistical model, like a
mm,
linear regression model.
yeah,
You like start marketing that as AI, and then everyone's sort of
yeah.
unimpressed when the results actually come.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like for sure, like ChatGPT was like a big boom. Like, is
Mhm.
that something that happened like, okay, like when they launch, or it was already here in the AI community and it's just like the public jump that was massive?
Yeah, that's a great question. They were actually developing for a while,
Yeah,
and
it's 10 years, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and this really goes back to the core whole concept of human intervention, right? So they had, GPT-1, GPT-2,
Mm.
GPT-3, and ChatGPT is considered GPT 3.5.
Yeah.
And what happened between GPT-3 and GPT 3.5 was there was a lot of um, reinforced learning from human feedback. So that's the term they use in the whole AI space, RLHF. So
Hmm.
that's when you sort of had this GPT models, large language models that were trained on a bunch of natural language text. Very, I believe a lot of it was like unsupervised learning, which means it's unstructured data and whatnot. And it was performing very well. But
Hmm.
once they fed this whole model through human feedback and created a better model, then they thought it was great enough to launch it into the public realm.
Hmm.
And as we saw, it did perform amazingly. And you can totally see, like, because I mean they already had GPT-3 and it was
Yeah.
public, and nobody said anything. Well, I guess some people said some stuff, but it wasn't viral, and
Yeah.
like it didn't get recognized. And then all of a sudden you fix the model a little bit with
Mm.
RLHF, and then it blows up. So
Mm. And
yeah.
how do you use those advancements in like the tech side of it in Synesis? Like, have you done like your own model too, or do you use like all of those updates from other companies? Like, how does that work exactly?
Yeah, for Synesis One, we're technically not an AI company.
Okay.
We're just the platform that helps the
Okay.
companies source the data. So
Okay.
on our side, we don't necessarily use these models or whatnot, but we do have we do had to have a lot of innovations within our product,
Hmm.
creating this on the blockchain. For example, one of the big issues that we faced early on was we're recording a lot of these data transactions on chain. So whenever you submit a data, we're recording all of that log and submitting it
Hmm.
on chain. And because there was a lot of activities, the user experience was just very, very bad. Like if you wanted to, let's say, submit, I don't know, 50 pieces of data. And pieces of data, like let's say, for example, it's one sentence. Let's say one
Mm.
sentence that I create is one data point. If I want to submit 50 points, it would take minutes upon minutes just to sign and wait for those transactions to go through on chain. And that's not even considering some of these transactions would fail. And it would just be a terrible user experience. Everyone was getting frustrated. So our development team had to come up with the system where they've created this transaction relayer system that's sort of like brand new technology, where there's a whole line, like queuing up of these transactions on the back end. So on the front end, users just submit and it's done. But on the back end, it's queued up and it's just running through these on-chain submissions and whatnot. So there's been a lot of technical problem solvings that we had to do throughout our journey, and we're continuing to do it.
I need to do that with the watch to earn claim. When they claim the views, I need to queue those claims and do the check after, because when I do the check on the fly, that's not good. All scale like I don't know how to say that, but like all scale like compared, like I'm pretty sure like your tech is way harder than like that or little watch to earn app, but it's the same issues.
Yeah.
And like, okay, how do what word do you hold yourself? Like, do you own any words yourself? Like, do you get rev share? What's your bag? Tell me about it.
So I think I got I minted. So when we minted words, right? Like we would just get random ones, and it was actually really fun because we would get these words and we're like, does this fit us? Like, can we see ourselves in this, word that we get? And it was really funny because I got some random words, but then one of them that I got was lazy. And I was like, is the world trying to tell me something? And then one of our co-founders, he got like a bunch of like good words that are, I forgot which ones, but it was sort of nerdy. But then one of the ones he got was a bigot. So it's like, what are you dealing with here?
Yeah, so you have like some cursing word too, right?
Yeah, we do have some curse words.
What's a floor price on fuck?
I don't know if it's on the marketplace yet.
Oh shit!
But
no.
But there are some.
That's cool. And because what would be like the most valuable word like that the AI use?
I would guess something like what or like why, because if clients are paying for like customer service conversational AI, like I would guess that people would be like, what is wrong with whatever? What is this? What is that?
That's cool. Or you can also have like the words that is that working like like an input, like a ChatGPT input? No, not really, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
And then the passive income system isn't live yet.
Okay.
So yeah, we're still in the process of building all these things.
When?
It's a dangerous thing to commit to. When the bull cycle happens, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So 2026. Well, that's cool. Man, like it's pretty impressive, and it like the use cases are, because again, like you are like you will be the casino of AI treatment, right? Like you can at scale manage every data set of every AI in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an amazing case scenario. But even if we capture, a small piece of the market that requires data, like it would instantly be, billion plus dollar company.
Yeah, you already have direct competition.
Not in Web3, in Web2, yeah.
Yeah, and the market in Web2 is massive.
It's pretty big, but I think it's just going to get bigger because we're just AI. I feel like is not even halfway there yet. It's going to keep going.
Just the first chapter, like we just had on the cover. Like I don't think we can even imagine all of the use case of like AI.
Exactly.
Like it's gonna be crazy. Can't wait for
exactly. Yeah,
I can't wait. Like because you can have like That would be cool to have a company run by an AI with like, and then you have like human input. Like people are working and the CEO is an AI. That would be cool.
That sounds kind of dangerous. Are we gonna end up being their slaves?
No, it's not slavery if you get paid. It's a job. It's called a job.
I guess.
By the way, like, how do you see like the future of work with like the development of AI? How do you sleep by night, man? Like when you are in the industry, like, are you afraid of it? I guess you see the danger, like you can see the pro and cons, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, two-sided, right? In the good sort of vision, you see
Mm,
that human productivity will go up. Like there will be a lot of improvements in all different types of sectors. But on the other hand, there's definitely I don't think it's right to sort of deny that there will be no job loss. There definitely will be job loss. Like
mm.
some jobs will be completely replaced.
But like
Um,
everything.
eh, like this is my controversial take, but I feel like there are jobs that should be replaced.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't make sense.
yeah,
But like on the point that you mentioned that we don't even know these future use cases of AI.
yeah.
Like we also don't even know or can imagine what new types of jobs that'll emerge from the advancements of AI. So
Mm.
I think it'll be a net positive, but we'll just have to get there.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, and like yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be in 20 years to see how like to see a Bitcoin at $1 billion and AI everywhere. Man. That would be cool.
Yeah, but also, like with this whole AI, like my fear is not sort of dying to Skynet, but
Mm,
it's more of like if the best AI is developed by the biggest companies,
yeah,
I feel like they're just gonna exploit the rest of the people using their most advanced AI. So like
they don't
I
need
would have
that. They don't need
they
it to.
don't need to,
Like, I mean,
but
now they don't need AI to manipulate us already, right?
no, but
Like the
yeah,
whole
exactly,
Cambridge Analytica, that's all of that.
exactly,
It happened for Trump election. It also happened for Obama election. For one, it was bad, and for the other one, it was good. But they did the same thing for both. Like the big data stuff, it's an unfair advantage because like as a normal people you don't have access to that, or like as a small company you don't have access to it. But
exactly.
yeah, I mean, like what can you do?
That's
It's like
that's the biggest fear, I think.
yeah,
And that's why like a thing that we're trying to do is sort of try to democratize
yeah,
the whole data ownership and
yeah.
AI
But
sector so that
yeah,
it hopefully
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
happen.
But that's yeah. Good luck with that. But but that's the whole point of crypto too, right? Because
Yeah.
by doing into crypto, like you taking back your ownership of your finance, and if you are aware of AI in 2023, maybe you will have a chance to survive 2030.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like yeah, it's ownership. Like you have to have ownership of your life, and then everything will go well. Maybe.
Mhm. Maybe. I like that disclaimer. Maybe.
And back to Synesis, but like because like that's a lot of tangents. But about Synesis, like what are the challenges that you have building that kind of product? Is that like because it's new tech, or is that like something I'm not aware of? It like what's the problem?
Yeah. So I think the biggest challenge for us is like a balanced growth, meaning like there's I guess three different factors in play. One is the amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
Second is the amount of builders or the people who provide the data, and then third is what we call validators. And validators aren't traditional like blockchain validators. It's more of the people who check the work of the builders to see if it's good quality work. And so there's these three sort of dependencies. If we increase the workload, we can definitely increase the number of builders, but there's a bottleneck at the validation level because there's validators have to be like the top performing builders, then they get chosen to become a validator. And then, if we increase the number of builders, there's a bottleneck with the work that comes in because there's a limited amount of work. So, and then on the other hand, if we increase the number of validators, there's not enough work for them, and it's just this sort of balanced growth is the most challenging part, I think. The lucky thing is that we have started, so we have a little bit in each sort of pool. So then we can sort of tinker with and control the ratios and the growth. And we are definitely starting to do that. For the past, I don't know how many weeks, we've been launching only maybe 20 to 25 campaigns, meaning different sort of work. We're slowly increasing that. We're hoping to get to about 100 per week relatively quickly. I guess this is sort of an alpha as well, because Mind AI is actually doing pretty well. I think they're at sort of an inflection point in a startup life cycle. So we definitely foresee a lot of work coming in. And then we can work with sort of the guild leaders, grow their communities, and then pick more people into being validators.
Nice. Congrats. That's cool. That's exciting.
Thank you.
It was bright.
I hope so.
Yeah. And so right now you're only working with like the parents company, or like you have data set from other people, other companies?
Yeah, so right now it's just the sister company, Mind AI.
Yeah, okay.
We actually recently decided let's just only focus on Mind AI for the short to medium term. And the reason we decided that was we pretty much built our product solely to facilitate this data collection for Mind AI. So in the future, obviously, like we want to expand to different types of data processing, raw data collection, whatever data needs there are, whether it's video, audio, image, whatever it is, we want to facilitate that. But right now it's built for natural language and for Mind AI. So we decided, okay, let's put this sole focus on that, especially because there's a lot of big deals that are sort of being in talks for Mind AI. And let's do our best to monetize that and generate as much sort of jobs and revenue as possible in the short term.
Okay. And like how one can become like a validator or like a user of your application?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Just join the Discord, and then there's as I mentioned, there's about like 5 different groups or guilds. The one that there's one in particular that I want to mention, which is the sort of the OG guild. So a bunch of our OGs that are that have been with the project since the very beginning. They created a guild, so they provide a lot of these onboarding materials and whatnot. And the good thing about joining a guild, although you're doing sort of a rev share with them on the work that you do, is that number one, you do get the education. So they tell you how to submit these good data points to get paid. And then also, right now, the campaigns are allocated to guilds, like meaning we split up, because there's a limited amount of jobs, we split them up to different guilds, like let's say 2 for guild A, 2 for guild B, 2 for guild C, whatever. And then we're eventually going to sort of start distributing more jobs to better performing guilds and better performing builders, so that they have a higher earnings potential. And then for validations, I think as long as you start building and you perform well, then you can pretty much graduate onto becoming a validator doing that.
And like, what's the ROI that I can expect from validating, like not validating, but like even like working like on the campaign and stuff?
Yeah. So the as I mentioned, there was a bottleneck in the amount of work that was coming in up
Mm-hmm.
until recently. So about 2 weeks ago, our very top performer, the number one guy, earned $43 USD.
Okay.
On average, I think people earn around $7 US.
Okay.
But this is really interesting statistics because the guy that earned $43 that week was based out of Vietnam, and
Mm.
the average salary, monthly salary in Vietnam is something like, I don't know, $300 to $400.
Mm.
And so this guy, he did about, we estimate, 1 hour of work every day for about 5 days. So
That's
he
good.
earned about a third of like an average salary, just spending 1 hour a day on the weekdays doing work. So
Actually, that's
it's
cool.
providing a lot of
Mm.
real interesting opportunities for people around the world.
Yeah. But that's like the same kind of like targeted audience that we had with Axie Infinity and stuff like that, right? Like
Mhm.
it was a lot of Filipinos, I think, that playing the
Yeah,
game and farm the game. And you have like, yeah, I think it was like Americans like buying like guild and stuff. And then like
yeah,
you had Filipinos like playing the game and then you get reward. So yeah, it makes sense. Like, yeah, like $46 is not a lot for like a an average US citizen, I guess. But yeah, like for other people all around the world, can be not life changing, but like can increase like your lifestyle, I guess.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then the thing is, like, unlike, let's say, Axie Infinity, the
Mm,
whole tokenomics
I
is
hope
based
so.
on a sound model where
Yeah.
the 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 AI companies are the ones paying for it, and it's not like we're
Yeah.
printing tokens to pay rewards. So it's not like a Ponzi-nomics.
Why not? You're in Web3. It's you are in the code
Shoot.
industry to do pandemics, man. That's what's up.
I guess I didn't get the message.
But okay, so yeah, again, like the company, so your customers have a budget, and you redistribute this budget minus like your margin, whatever,
Mhm,
to like the people who are like validating your data set.
mhm.
That's cool. So yeah, once it's running, and then you're good to go. That's cool, man. That's a
Yeah,
big business, man. Like the possibility are insane.
yeah.
That's
No,
cool.
I'm so glad that you can see this,
Mm,
see the future of it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So it's like what would be like once you have everything in place, like it's all about marketing to like make sure like the product is available to most of the people that are not in Web3. Okay.
Yeah, I think so our marketing strategy has been a little bit more what I like to call grassroots.
Mm,
So rather than just sort of the traditional Web3 marketing of, like, paying influencers and doing
mm,
Twitter related things, um, we sort of look at our current builders and we see, okay, these aren't really the Web3 crowd. Like, these are more of, let's say, I don't know, recent graduates or students who are still going to college in these different regions,
mhm.
who are willing to do these kind of side hustle to get, let's say, beer money, or even, like, just side income. So we like to go to, let's say, the universities in these different regions, and then present them with the opportunity to not only earn money but then participate in this whole bigger mission
Yes.
of training an AI that could, who knows, become like the artificial general intelligence. Things go well.
Yes, that's cool. Bro, like there's like in the next 5 to 10 years, you will have like so many customers that will be crazy.
Yeah, I hope so.
And like, well, my little question. Yeah, how do you like? So the business model per se, like, yeah. So you have a commission on every like action that your community is doing, right? So the more you have from the community, the more like you get this margin.
It's more reliant on the budget that the company
Okay.
set. Yeah. So if let's say a company wants to spend $1 million versus $1,000, then obviously we're gonna be collecting a lot more money on that $1 million.
Yeah, it's a volume game. Yeah, that's cool. And okay, bro, I'm thinking right now, but like I love it. It's cool. Okay, and like if I hold, okay. So do you have any other like benefit if I hold like let's say I hold a shit ton of your NFT? Like what's the like is that like increasing the rev share? Or do you have any other utilities for the holders?
Yeah. So right now, the biggest thing would be there's the passive income on your NFT, and then in order for a builder to participate in the whole system, they need to stake an NFT. But if they don't have an NFT, then you can lend it. So if you had, let's say, 100 NFTs, you can technically lend it to 100 people or a select few, like multiple to a select few. And then they could participate, work, and then share their revenues with you. So like there's as long as you have the NFTs, then there's should be some ways to earn passively.
And like in the product, like what's your focus right now? Like what's your roadmap for the upcoming couple of months?
Yeah, so I guess this would be a good time to drop some alpha.
Yes.
So right now, I spent a few weeks in Korea with the Mind AI team as well, and we sort of had a peek into their client deal pipeline, and let's say one cool project is they were about to sign a deal with Hyundai Motors. So it's a pretty big project, but even beyond that, they've actually recently signed a government contract. I'll probably write a blog post about this later on, so I won't disclose which country it is yet. But it is a big country.
Nice.
So these huge deals are coming into Mind AI, meaning that all their data needs will come to Synesis One. So if as long as this sister company wins deals, then it's by indirect relation we're getting a lot of work. So we're preparing for this, as I mentioned, this whole balanced growth system. So we're sort of focusing the next few months on like we increase the workload for our builders, and let's see let's try to identify what the right ratios are between builders and validators, and the work between work and the builders. And
nice. And so what's the plan like to balance those two kind of like users? Like do you have like a activate referral for one category, and then like the week after it's gonna be another one? Like what's the plan?
So the plan right now is just sort of talking and supporting the current guild leaders that are active, because even right now, a lot of these leaders have more members that they can bring on, but they're actually not bringing them on yet because it would take away work from their current builders. So just working with them in the short term.
That's cool.
But the way that Mind AI campaigns work is they're all natural language based. So right now, the whole, let's say, campaigns works like this. You would see a topic sentence. Let's say it's I want to order for delivery. That's the topic sentence. Then we ask for, how do you rephrase this in a more generic way? How do you rephrase this in a more specific way? Like and things like that. So people are submitting different sort of rephrases of sentences and whatnot. And with these new deals that are coming in, we are gonna need to expand into different languages. So we already have English, we have Korean, we have Thai. We're gonna need to get all these different other languages. And in those regions, then that means we have to start growing a community in those regions. And
That's cool.
luckily, our current guild members are, have some exposure in those regions, as well as we can start reaching out to, other communities on it, like within the Web3 space. So that's sort of what we're looking at now.
And is changing like a language for AI like hard, or like the model is the same no matter what the language is? How does that work?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. And the answer could probably go way deeper technically than
Yeah.
my knowledge.
Yeah.
But in order for, let's say, just taking Mind AI AI engine, um, in order for us for the AI to support a different language, they need to build out what's called a language pack. This means that this language pack is able to parse a language, like, for example, taking a sentence, breaking it down into different words, identifying what's a noun, what's a verb, what's an adjective, and so on, and just sort of being able to break down the natural language of whatever language it is into its most basic components and being able to work with that. So before we can start, putting other languages into the AI engine to run its model, we need that first. And then the good thing about it is that once that is done, I don't think, at least to my knowledge, I don't think any other sort of changes need to be done on the engine level in order to support that language.
That's cool. But like, technically, it's fascinating because again, like from one language to another, like you have nuances that exist and doesn't, or even like the sound, like the irony, like
Exactly.
it.
That's why like modern
Fascinating.
translators
Yeah.
aren't that great, right? Like,
Yeah.
because you can't get that 100% of the meaning and the context. So I mean, hopefully that's something that Mind AI is trying to solve, the whole
That's
idea
awesome.
around contextualization,
Mm.
what someone means when they say something, and
Yeah.
trying to read, even when it's translated, trying to convey that same meaning, although the
Yeah.
words might be different. All
Even
of
the
that.
tone, right? Like, for example, you can
Yeah.
say something, and because the tone is different, that it means something else. How do you
Yeah.
freaking translate that with an AI? That
Yeah.
what?
Exactly.
I can't wait to be 2030, man. It's gonna be so cool. Like,
What if you're disappointed?
and then I will wait 2040. Because man, like for example, for this channel, like in 10 years, with all of the video content that we're gonna produce, I could generate a model that is basically me. And then in 10 years, you can do a stream with like my avatar, like completely. And then at scale, I can do like 10 interview. I can stream 24/7.
That's true. I think honestly, like, you could probably do like maybe 80% of that now, because I've
Yeah.
seen there's a whole, like, video deep fakes, and then
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
talked to a company that does the audio deep fakes, where they only need like a 5-minute sample of you reading a script, and then they could just emulate your voice. So you connect
Fuck's
that, you
sake.
connect the video,
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
connect like ChatGPT, and
Yeah.
then you're off.
Bro. Okay, next week we have an episode 2. Oh, the 24-hour stream will be hosted by an AI bot. I'm telling you. I have 1 weekend to put that all together. Let's go at WhatsApp. But
You
I
can
mean,
also
like,
get some viewers that are bots.
oh yeah. Oh, bro. Okay, so you are an AI host and you are viewed by AI viewers, bro. That's endless.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I already saw like some like YouTubers having like fake AI, like even song, but like even like yeah, like TikTok and shit that built by AI, and they never said what the fuck they said, and yeah, then they have issues on socials because fake AI stuff.
Yeah,
or deep
I
fake and stuff
like
like
that stuff. Like, it's just such a rabbit hole to
that.
go
Yeah.
into. Like, it's scary.
But, and you can't really resolve that. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you can download your movie on in with torrent. Yeah, okay, yeah, bye. Like, you know, and like you can't regulate, like you can't regulate internet in a way, right? Like
Yeah,
it's over, like game over, bro. Like that's
yeah.
it. It's here. I don't know. It's like crypto. Like, yeah, we're gonna track your wallet. Okay, I can generate like 1,000 wallet in 5 minutes. Like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, what's up? I mean, yeah, I don't know.
They're gonna just outsource that tracking work to an AI.
True, true. Yeah, that's fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to pay taxes now.
Oh
But
man, imagine IRS AI.
yeah, yeah. But maybe they will be like more efficient if they have that. But
Yeah,
it has to come, right? Like it's gonna take them like 20 years, and it's gonna take us like 10 years to figure it out. But like it's coming. It's here. It's already here.
yeah.
And on a scale to 1 to 10, are you like more like happy and excited, or you're afraid of AI progress?
I would say I'm definitely on the more excited part.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, along with it will all these
Yeah.
negative things, but it's more of like it's coming. Like, we can't stop it, right? So
Yeah.
it's definitely a thing where it's like you want at least people with good morals and ethics
Yeah.
to be at the forefront of it rather than bad
Yeah. Exactly.
actors.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly. Like, yeah,
because if,
that's
if it's going to come, might as well just be in the hands
yeah,
of
exactly.
good people.
And that's yeah, they find good people. But yeah, that's what Eternal is saying. Like the problem is that no one can stop it. You can stop the government financing and sponsorship, but people won't stop the development of AI further. But it's like, crypto, same shit, right? Like
Yeah,
the US can ban crypto and it can be illegal, like to hold a crypto asset. But first, you're destroying like a big industry, and you're gonna let another country like developing their own solution and take the market. So you do that with crypto, you do that with like, I don't know, like the next electric car, blah blah blah. You do that with AI. Like you don't have a country in 20 years.
exactly.
Yeah, I want to see the tech in the year 3000 now.
Maybe it could be a possibility if something we can
Yeah.
stop aging or.
Oh, bro, okay. It's gonna take me a minute to explain that, but okay. So AI, there is like what's the exact name of that? Like the singularity point of AI, where like the
Yeah.
the consciousness of AI will develop and it will be aware of it, of
Mhm.
itself, right? That's the
Yeah.
singularity point. Okay, so singularity point. Okay, so we reach that. Then the AI wants to survive no matter what, right? That's like
Yeah.
because okay, cool. To survive like in millions of years away from now, like the Earth will explode, right? Or like destroy, or life will
Yeah.
disappear because everything. So the AI to resolve that could possibly create a multi-planetary system, right? So that it will have millions of years to develop AI colonization out of space. But in billions of years, then the universe and the space itself will lose all of its energy, right? So to counter that, AI will have to create something that will survive the end of time. And then
I would watch this movie.
And then if it can do that, that means it will also recreate the universe and then humanity, like the human life, etc., because it has to survive the next iteration of the universe.
It's a
You know?
cycle.
See?
It's that what you said just makes me feel like we're living in a simulation. Then it probably already happened, and we're just one of the
Exactly. We are
simulations.
the iteration 42 of like the AI universe.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's cool. I'm so excited by that, man. It's so cool. Someone stop Vincent. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man, like it could be bigger than internet itself.
Yeah. I could totally see that.
Yeah. Like, bro, I'm excited. So cool. I love your project, man. It's so nice. I'm so happy that we have met. It's so nice. Like, you can come back whenever you want. I'm gonna like, we need to talk about like people against AI. That could be a good debate.
Yeah. We could definitely have those. Oh my god, those would be such long conversations.
Yeah. That would be sick. And then we
And
can. Yes.
No, the really funny thing is, like, when she started talking about AI, like, the conversation gets philosophical very quickly.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's the Godwin point of AI, like boom, philosophic, boom. Yeah. What about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, VPIF, we lost VPIF. Say nope. I don't know what she's commenting, but maybe about the the stream about AI conversation. VPIF, I think you should co-host this stream. That would be interesting. Oh, like we can do me, you, VPIF, and an AI.
Oh, okay. We can get that. We can get that creepy robot from what's that company called? that Sophia robot.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would be so cool. That's nice. That's amazing. Okay. Well, fuck, it's already 1 hour. We're gonna like slowly wrap it up. But yeah, do you? What would be the takeaway from the community, like the Decoders community, like about like Synesis? Like, what do you want us to do? What's the next step?
Yeah, I think the biggest help for us would be just sort of spreading the word about that our project exists.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I mean, like, at the core, like, if you look at our leadership team, we're a bunch of product and engineering people, so we're not really good marketers. So
Mm-hmm.
we have built an amazing product, and we're making a lot of good strides, but it's marketing is just not our forte, and
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to Web3 projects, a lot of projects are successful or not unsuccessful based on their marketing abilities. So I think that's sort of spreading the word is the biggest ask. If you want to come to our community, try out the product, like, you're always welcome to do that. Hop on over.
Okay, so yeah, Decoders members, if you want to discover the next generation of AI stuff and like like be like a builder, join Synesis. That could be cool. I'm gonna try it. I have to try.
Yeah. Let me know if you have any trouble. It could be challenging.
Okay. Like, the challenge can be hard.
Yeah, like, for example, if I said, okay, like, I don't know, tell me all the different ways you can say, I want to buy this, right? Like, you're eventually gonna run out of things, and you're gonna be like, oh shoot, like, how can I say this in a different way? So
it's hard.
It gets challenging.
Yeah, but I think it's like a IQ test, or not IQ, but like intelligence test, like you to give like one pen and like imagine like utilities for that pen or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you can go above 50 utilities, that's good. It's kind of the same exercise for NFTs. You have to find an NFT and then find the utility of that. But yeah, man, I had a blast. I hope you had such a good time as I did, because that was awesome. I'm excited. It's 3 a.m. but I'm excited like crazy.
Oh man, thank you so much, though.
That was a pleasure. And again, you can come back whenever you want on the channel, like with the whole team, like talking about AI. We can do that for hours, bro. And see, I'm excited. So everyone, check Synesis One. All of the link are in the description. Follow Isaac on Twitter and Synesis One Twitter account. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Claim your views. Not at the same time, but yeah, claim your views. Thank you so much. And we will see you in the next stream. Bye, everyone.
Awesome.
Bye,
Thank you
Isaac.
so much.
Cheers.
Alrighty. Cheers.